Character design is provided by Demon Arty. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Wars The Bad Batch Episode 15 Return to Kamino. A pretty good episode, but it's like the culmination of all things. Second to last episode.
Yeah. I think we've all been agreeing on saying on this, 10 episodes this series could have been easy.
There didn't need to be 15 episodes of this. We didn't need 16. There's actually one more after this, so 16.
16.
Stuff happens. Everything, when Crosshairs is involved, it's good stuff. Because that you left your brother behind, but he was evil, but you had to, you tried to, that's good stuff.
And I love it because it's like showing like he feels betrayed and he doesn't understand like why they would go against the Empire. Yeah, go against the Empire.
What we do. Why did you leave? Well, you left me.
And there's a good line in there where I sit there and I'm like, you got to agree with Crosshair. And he's like, we're meant to do this. Like, I don't know what you're trying to pretend who you are, but I know who you are.
So... just to kind of jump right into it, it's right where we left off last time. They land back down where Sid's place, but then Sid's not in the episode, thank God.
Yeah, it's quick.
So they have to go to explain to Sid why they didn't do the job, and now they have to repair the ship. And of course, Omega's like, we gotta get going. We have to save him, and he's out there because he's en route to Kamino, and then he's with Crosshair, and he's like, they'll come and get you. Well, they'll know it's a trap. It's like, but they'll still come and get you.
But I like how Echo says, he goes, well, we have to prepare the ship first.
Yeah.
We can't go there we can't do it right now. We got to do this all. You're not helping. Just give me the spanner, kind of the hyper spanner, basically.
Yeah, you're acting panicky, and it's not going to help.
But she is a little girl, too.
Yeah.
So they get the trackers again, because that's when Crosshair turned on the tracker. But he's like, yeah, I know they're coming for you, because that's what they're always going to do. They get back to they're walking around the Kamino, and it's like, yeah, they pretty much got rid of everyone.
Yeah, they're getting everything loaded up into the ships, and they're gone.
Basically, they're like, okay, they'll take care of it, but even the other real Decom TK troopers, the new guys, they're like, I don't trust Crosshair with his old unit. It's like, oh, if he fails, we'll just kill him anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll bury their
clones.
useless
garbage. Who cares?
Yeah, we'll bury them on their planet, basically.
So they're on their way back. And they're like, we got to know it's a trap, right?
Yeah, everyone knows, like, this
is going to be bad. But then Omega's like, I know a secret way in where they're not going to be able to find us. But they'll be on every landing pad, though, not these ones. They're flying over the ocean. It's very dark.
Yeah, you can't
Basically,
see.
You have to be close enough to the ocean floor for this thing to pop up. Like, it's super secret.
Mm-hmm. Right, because she's, like, lower.
Yeah, if you don't know where that one spot's at, you wouldn't no idea.
And then Tech's like, at this point, I'll be in the water.
It's like, yeah, you have to be close enough and it will come up to you. Yeah. Like, how do you know this? Well, this was that doctor's secret place, the one that she worked with. Did she die or did she get kidnapped?
I'm guessing in the Emperor, he sent one lady to go...
Infinite killed her.
And then there was the scientist lady. Maybe she's talking about the scientist lady that lived.
Yeah, I mean, the one that got kidnapped. But as far as she knows, she's dead.
No, and she's alive just because of the fact of her knowledge on cloning. That's the only reason why.
My brains. So they get in there and they're like, oh, it's like a little transport system. And then even Tech's like, this is not on any of the freaking records that it's secret. And they go underwater and they connect to everything.
This is like her personal area, yeah.
And this is a personal cloning lab. And then the way Omega's talking about it, like she's kind of sad.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, it must be something bad or something like not a good memory. Get back to the where Hunter's being led to his cell, or where they're gonna hold him, and he's like, Crosshair, this Empire stuff. They're going around conquering galaxies, conquering planets, subjugating people. This isn't what we were made for. He's like, no, this is exactly what we're made for. Yeah. We're here to bring peace and stability and all things. And it's like...
And then he's like, almost like, Hunter, when did you care about people?
Yeah.
Like, we were just here doing missions. That's all we were made to
some
do.
Republic, who cares?
Who cares?
It's like, here, this is our purpose. This is what we're made for. So I think, Crosshair was looking for purpose. Because as a clone, you were made to fight. The fight's over. What do I do?
Right.
Oh, no, now there's a new fight. Oh, protect the galaxy. I can do that.
Yeah.
It's like Crosshair can't go beyond his programming, and Hunter can. Hunter can realize, no, there's more to life than that. There's being, we're peacekeepers. We're not supposed to be doing this.
Right. But here's the thing, though. Was the Galactic Empire all that bad? I brought peace and stability to my Galactic Empire. Here's the thing. They kind of did.
They did,
but you can't do it with an iron fist.
Yes, and that was the problem. Because like you said, we saw like in Mandalorian, there's a lot of instances where the Empire kept a lot of bad people away, and as soon as they were gone, bad guys came back.
Yeah, all the outlaws and stuff.
Yep.
So,
well, it's like if you ever like, there's this old video game, really old PC game called TIE Fighter, and the Emperor does to tell you that we brought peace to the galaxy. Like it's a propaganda of the Empire. Like, hey, think about it, he did, but on his terms.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
It's like the whole Injustice Superman. Yeah, he brought peace, but on his terms. Well, that's
like,
not right.
The people want a king. They want someone to tell them what to do.
Mm,
See, I don't like all that. But we get back to the underwater facility, and I guess they're like, they're like, what's so special about this place? And Omega's like, this is where I was born. And this is where you were born.
Yeah.
I saw it happen.
Yeah,
so she's technically older than they are.
Which is a little weird.
Because remember, she's just like, she's going to grow up normally.
Yeah,
like
so because
they grew up fast.
Oh, no way. She's like, yeah, you were here for a little bit. And then you got put in with the other clones. But this is where they did their special experiments to change your DNA a little bit to give you those special abilities. So that's like, that's why she's kind of like sad about seeing it. But, you're a clone. What can you do? So they're going to go after him. They're pinging his signal. Okay, he's in one of the main platforms. But they're like, yeah, that's like open space. We're not going to go. That's in the training facility where he's being held. So they're making their way there, but they really see that it's been emptied out. Like, completely emptied out. They run into that robot guy. Remember the one that was like her partner? I thought he died.
Yeah.
But I guess he just got beat
No,
up.
they said they destroyed all the robots. And I just hid because he's a little one. Said, he just hid in his little spot.
So I was like, yeah, they got rid of everyone. And anyone who fought back was killed.
Could you imagine if, like, the robots are all on a line? Okay, next one for the last one.
I know they're just machines, but I don't know if I could just...
Because they have, like, personalities and Star Wars.
Yeah, they're not...
And also they said...
They have some sentience. They're not just mindless robots.
And also it's sad, too. They said any Kamino that fought back was killed.
Yeah,
so
even the scientists, like, you're coming with us or that's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
Like you said, we don't need no politicians. He was killed.
Yeah, administrators and stuff.
Yeah.
Cannon fodder. So basically, they get underneath the training facility. They're going to come up from the platform because Tech's like, at least we have a little bit of cover because going through the main doors, they're going to know we're coming. Yeah. Then they're like, okay, get ready to go. Then Omega's like, I want to go too. Like, no, you need to stay down here. Get back to the ship. We'll give you the signal. Come get us.
Yeah, and in the worst case, if you don't come, then go to Rex.
Yeah.
That's it. Just go fly to Rex and they'll know what to do.
Go to T-Rex. So they go up there and of course Crosshair's waiting for him.
He knew what they were gonna do.
He knew that they weren't gonna be stupid enough to walk to the front.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I
know. We're all together.
We're
so he does like the stupid calm thing, whatever. Drop your weapons. But Crosshair is acting a little weird. Because why not just kill them?
Well, because that's what Hunter even says. Like,
why don't you just kill us? What are you doing?
Yeah, your big plan was to gather all this to kill us, and he's like, no, if I wanted you dead, you'd
be dead already.
They hit the signal, and then the robot's like, we gotta go. And she's like, no, we gotta save them. So she starts fiddling with some of the droids. Like, oh, she's gonna activate the droids to go out there.
The test droids, yeah.
I'm like, that's not a bad idea. So we get back to Hunter and Crosshairs, and they're talking, and then they have like their philosophical differences about like, what they're doing is wrong, like that. You don't abandon people. It's like, you abandoned me.
Yeah, he brings that up a couple times in this episode. Like, you left me behind, but he's like, you were trying to kill us.
But then there's that famous line where he goes, "Well, you didn't give us we didn't have a choice." And then he looks at him, "I didn't either."
Because of the inhibitor thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's like, what was my choice? But the choice of you basically abandoning the Empire. What was my choice was to stop.
Yeah.
See, this stuff is good. I like this.
I wanted more of this in this series.
Right.
We didn't get enough of it.
But they're like, oh, so where's the little girl? Oh, you think we're stupid enough to bring her here? Oh, record lying wasn't your strongest suit. Find the girl. She's in the build. She's in the facility. So she wants them all together.
Yeah.
It's super weird. And then they're like, what are we waiting for? So they're going to go be looking for Omega, and then they're just being held.
And then he has this weird line where he's like, I'm going to give you something you didn't give me, a chance.
And I'm like, huh?
And so even his own soldiers are like, what are you doing?
Like huh?
No, he said, you can join the Empire. I'm giving you a choice here, basically. He tells them that.
So, but we get down to they get down to the room where Omega is, and she's working on the thing. She gets caught. They're like, "Oh, I found the girl," and then a Crosshair in a bout of like, I guess, kindness is like, "Oh, just put her on transport, get her off planet."
Because he knows he's not good for them, and like he said, "Crosshair, what are you doing?" Like,
he's like, "If you want this girl to be safe, you just tagging around with a bunch of mercenaries. That's keeping her safe."
Yeah. Right, and constant.
So you're showing like compassion, like
it's weird.
Yeah. It's almost like it's a weird thing, like where you don't want her to end up like you guys. So it's like, no, send her.
This life's not meant for her. This life's not meant for her. You're a soldier. That's what
and then that's what he said. He goes, Hunter, you think you're this man, but you're not. I know what you are. You're that hunter. You are the assassin. You are the man that gets the job done in the mission.
But then we get that whole like, I'm going to give you this choice or whatever, and then it's so weird because he ends up shooting all his own dudes. And then they're like,
because they told him, we're not going to listen to you. We're just killing them because that's what they were told to do.
Yeah, and he's like, how can we trust you, Crosshair? And he freaking kills his own guys.
He's like, here, join the Empire with me.
We were a squad once. We can be a
Look
squad
at what we
again.
can do. We can keep peace and stability with us because we're special. We're better than the regs. Where we can...
You know something about Crosshair? I don't agree with him totally, but he's making some legitimate points.
He's making sense. He's making sense.
He is, as crazy as it sounds.
So they're like kind of looking at each other, and then he's like... Hunter's kind of talking to him, and you can kind of see Crosshair is like rubbing his head and stuff, so maybe the chip isn't working, or something's going on, but then all the freaking droids pop up, and so like the plan starts up, they start shooting and fighting, but instead of Crosshair starts fighting the droids, and then Hunter, and then they all start fighting together. Like old times.
Yeah, it's
and
the whole group.
It's like, look how badass they work together.
And then one of the stormtroopers gets out and says, well, his plan failed. Well, what, just to get out of there, we're bombing the damn place.
Yeah, let them all just big bear together.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a big firefight, them all working together. And then I like how the robot's like, Omega, I think you activated too many robots. He's like, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I kind of screwed up. But yeah, they're all trying to save each other.
Yeah.
Like they used to.
And then Omega just using her arrow like it's nothing now.
And isn't it funny that they're all fighting droids again?
Yeah, the
like
very last battle.
So yeah, they take off, and of course, May5 and ready. So yeah, they're gonna just bombard this place, kind of like how we thought they were gonna always do. So they're fighting and everything, and they're getting ready to start the big bombardment, and they beat all the droids, and then Hunter slides his gun on Crosshair. He's like, "This isn't you, Crosshair.
It's the chip.
It's an inhibitor chip." He's like, "Oh, Hunter, I had my inhibitor chip removed a long time ago." And then, what?
And you're still doing this?
Because he's like,
This
dude,
is
that
who
means
I am.
You're evil. Like,
But didn't they enhance the inhibitor chip? Wasn't there an episode where they went and reactivated
Maybe
it?
I thought maybe it got, like you said, it got destroyed. We were talking about something when he was overloaded when he got hit. Remember?
in that fire thing. And
maybe it did break down.
Yeah, that you were talking about.
Yeah,
that.
like maybe that could have been it.
I always like my personal theory is that the chip was making him good.
Yeah.
He was just so psycho
The chip
that
stopped him.
That was actually under control. Jeez.
Yeah,
he needed a chip.
Because Hunter's like, when did you ever remove? Doesn't matter. He's like, it matters. And then he looks at him. He's about to shoot him. And he stuns him.
Because he's like, because if you're gonna kill those civilians in the first episode, then you're evil. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I think he's so driven by duty, he's not seeing the picture. But it's so weird. He wants them to be with him, but they can't go down that path. They're not malicious like you are. They're not gonna kill civilians. They're not doing it.
But they're like, they take all his weapons away and like, we're bringing him back.
And then all of a sudden they start getting bombarded. Like,
yeah,
oh, crap,
then the freaking laser bombardment. I like how it shows all the places are empty.
Which is funny because that's a nice little touch to the Clone Wars because you saw these places constantly in the Clone Wars.
When they were full. They're all
and,
gone now.
And now it's just
we're talking
shadows.
full boom. They freaking wiped this place out.
And then they try to leave outside. They go, "There's no way. We got to go back in."
They run back inside. Things are all blowing up. End of the episode.
Bam.
I'm pretty sure they found escape.
Oh, duh! There's still one more episode. There's no way they're dead. But yeah, a lot of action. Everything with Crosshair. This is where it all should have been. This should have been episode 8.
Yeah, and then episode 9, boom, next series.
Yeah, like the first 10 minutes weren't really necessary, but once they got to Kamino,
every time Crosshair is on screen.
Yeah,
it's cool because I like that dynamic of an abandoned brother, a betrayed brother. But I had to betray you because you were doing evil, and I couldn't stand by your side. But I want you by my.
But he's showing compassion. You show compassion for Omega. You show compassion for your brothers. So you still have good in you. You just have to.
Yeah, he's
go down that path.
But he's still struggling with his sense of duty. He wants to have purpose, and he feels if I'm one of my ragtag mercenaries.
But what they can say, Crosshairs, look what they're doing. They're destroying this. They didn't care about you.
Yeah.
But then, like you were saying before, you could just say, well, if you'd have followed my plan, because that's how he's going to see it.
Yeah, if he would have
that was the mission.
Yeah, that was the mission.
The mission.
Crosshair, you're crazy. They're going to kill you, but...
Right, exactly.
He's so loyal, he's just blinded to it.
But we're going to find out what happens next. Yeah. For the next review, right now.
Yep.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.